Continuing on today with doing the train stuff, where we're trying to get the coal and sulfur back. We're pretty close. Before we go any further, I want to put the train stations underneath where the destination is, and then that'll give me an idea where we're going to bring them in for the final place. But right now the tracks are just in the tunnel over there. And that'll be for the turbo fuel. We're going over here. I got distracted, as usual. Can't remember if I've got that's ground floor. Just trying to remember where the elevator is for this building. It's there. That's ground floor. I reckon we're going to take that down. Is this... No, this is the wrong building. It's over here. This is what I want. Here it is. Oh, I can't see. Well, yeah, it's 0 meters, so that is ground floor. One elevator, please. Hold on. Yep. Hello, if that's 0 meters, then what's this? 0 meters. So does it, when you build down, does it not recalculate? That's interesting. Okay, alright, so this is where it is. Okay, we could do this. Yeah, because we have to come here and then we go up that way. So this, we come around here. We build a bridge here to go across. We may do the pretty stuff later. Yeah, this is what I want. And we're gonna have oh, hold on. Color me pink. Is that how the saying goes? Go in here for a sec. What is... Mark 3s. You can't take buildable items with you. Sampled items. I want to... That one that way and that one that way. Rightio. Deadlocks? Are they the quartz vehicles? Don't know, they've already stopped. Just doing this to mark out the actual foundations, the edge of the factories. Okay, so that would work okay. I reckon if we had... Yeah. We might be able to get them side by side. So if we had one there, might even one there, and they are a bit big. One there. If that's the case, this one I'll put there, and that leaves a nice even distance between the two. Now this would be coal number 1 unload. And coal number, no, sulfur. Number 1, unload. Right, then we want a freight platform. Now, do we, with that amount of space there, kind of turning room have we got here? Let's go. Yeah, right. Well, I reckon we're going to do that. And we're going to put, let's see if these fit. No, they're not going to allow me. Now, is it, okay, interesting experiment. Let's try this. No, it's the stations themselves. All right. I'm still okay with that. Because let's think about this. I can go up to the roof. The belts can shoot across. No, that's a non-destructive rock. Oh, it's alright. I think that I'm going to move them back. So maybe I might put the freight platform there and the, yeah, and the station there. You think? Maybe not. Um, I'm thinking about this for a sec. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe. Yeah, I think I will. Rightio. So there's that. Perfect. And then now I might put these here, or And then, yeah, that'll fit. It actually only needs to be a 1.5 maybe. Ah. Let's have a look. Storage container. It doesn't need to be. That's the one, that one's at that height. Is it? No, hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. No. What? What? Why is that so? Sponger, hello, welcome. Good to see you. So now, no, hold on. Something's not right here.
Hey, Smackin', you just got a follow.
Thank you, Nimad, for the follow.
Ooh, Nimad, coming to the follow. Welcome. Yeah, that one's alright. I'm just telling him he's dreaming. That's what's going on with me. That's perfect. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, that's good. That's awesome. So then, so I wonder, put that one there. Beautiful. Oh, that way. Get my H-beam. I prefer to call it an I-beam, but anyway, I could be wrong. No, I want it like that one. Hold on. So that goes too far, doesn't it? Ah, because it's... Because I've gone that small distance with the foundations. I've gone off the reservation, as they say. I'm not going to hide it like that. And then this. And then some of this to tie it together. What would that look like? No. What if they were, these ones were like that? No. I like that. So I can run under it. It's not something I have to run around. And then Must be too close. Why does one of them... What? Oh, that's connecting to the roof. So what's going on here? Is there an angle here I'm not seeing? No, it's just the bottom ones. Something seems different. It's the... yeah, I was right. I did need to have... I wonder if that's sticking through the foundation. No, that's perfect. So it has to be offset slightly. Right. That's what it was. That's an interesting irregularity. I'm going to run that one there and that one there. So I only need... that's going... it's going to come down here. Okay, where's that deadlock? Or has it resolved itself already? It's resolved itself. I don't know. Alright, so they're going to come here. And then we've got... where are we? I reckon we'll do it to here. We're there. Oh! It's 4. It's not 3, it's 4. It's funny how you don't see things from certain perspectives. That's better. I reckon stand on this. Can I stand on this? Yep. So I think that needs to be there. And that one needs to be there. Perfect. Although, actually, no, that doesn't work. They're not going to meet in the center. That's going to meet there. So that one would be all right. That's better. Hold on. I did that wrong. That's it. That. That's good. I'm just going to put another one here. That didn't work. I did it wrong. There we go. That looks pretty fantastic. So it comes out of each station, shoots over to the buffer containers, and then heads over to there. I need to look at I need to visualize something. I think I can do it best with paint. Maybe. Why do I need Copilot built into paint? I've got a train track and a train track. And there's a station there and a station there. Now I could run them into a single lane that merges out. If I ran a double lane all the way, I could have an X here so they could get onto either one, and I have X's another X somewhere else so they can swap around. And so I can run two tracks. I mean, I could run... Actually, I'll just run two dedicated tracks. There's no point in me trying to overcomplicate things. So that means let me just have a look at some stuff. I don't see triangles, Sponglet, but I'm looking. So, in my head, wow, I screwed that up the other day. That one is 3. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay. And I made that one 4. Okay, so if that was my center. So to get to here, I feel like I want it to be that looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah. So if I did okay, that's good. So they're the right width. Now, now it's time for me to play with some blueprints. Before we do that, let's give it some power. I think we might go to there. Probably don't want to go to there. Probably will go to there. There's enough room there, yep. And that's perfect. So I want that to there. I've never fixed how I connected this up to upstairs. How did I? That's got to be connected through the floor. It is. Because there's a reason. We might do that again later. But for the time being, I'm happy with this. Our consumption's larger than our capacity. Gaz, welcome. Ahoy, ahoy, Lord of Randalls. He's here somewhere, having a snooze. Alright. How's things today, Gaz? I'm going to put one more here. Perfect. Right, blueprints, blueprints, blueprints. There we go. Put that there. Not bad. Almost tragic. Had a wayward subscription debited from your bank account. Knew of it, just not when and how much it costs. It's yearly and left me without a morning coffee. Crikey. That sounds like drama, if I've ever heard it. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Probably the first thing is make sure I'm not going to get shot at. But no, I don't think I am. Good. Alright, next is I want to do a turn, left-hand turn. I have one a day unlike true coffee addicts, but can 100% guarantee I'll get a headache immediately after lunch if I don't have one every time. Yeah, I understand the feeling. Alright, if we go with okay, so the first thing I've got to do is I'm going to load these because this is the height of the rail. And let me just check. I want to get this a bit more accurate. Oh, that frustrates me when that happens. Right, then we're going to do some experiments. Actually, this is a good, I might actually save this as a blueprint as my rail height template. And then, so if I had a working on before, oh actually I'll just do this. That one's short. So if that was there, yeah. So from the very edge of the template, it's in the middle of that one, and then so that is in the very middle, and then this one is on there. Okay, so if I did that one there, and I'm going to bring it all the way over to here. No. 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 Yes. So then the next one, Oh. Alright, before I do anything, there's one really important thing I need to go and do. And that's go to the toilet. Is it just me, or is the pioneer struggles to hold that statue? Is it because they're on a ladder? Ah, so when they're on the ladder, they're really shaky. Okay, so that's okay, but if they turn around, or is it an extended period of time they start shaking more and more? I'm very curious. They're very shaky hands before. And maybe it's just my imagination. No. Must just be my imagination. I'm more impressed by the balance of the pioneer on top of the statue. Yeah, well, they are very zen. Okay, so this one is here, isn't it? So that one there, that's where it is. So the next one is over the edge of that. I think it's, is it there? So it's just over the edge. All right. So this one here is there. That's it there. Okay, so now that I've done that, that's a proper 90-degree curve at the maximum radius I can do it in the blueprinter. The next thing I want is these, right? So the challenge I have here of getting these exactly where I want them is it's not consistent. But I think to do it, so if I just get a normal barrier, let me just put one here that I can sample. That's interesting. So you don't get that much granularity. Hold on. That jumps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when I'm on here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I get 3 more increments when it's on top of the track. This is going to be easier than I thought. So if I did... Now, if this is going to work, as long as my cursor... Let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. That's excellent. So what I'm getting at here is, it's kind of good and bad, right? That was what we were discovered the other day. What did we discover? Oh, that it's different on the inclines. So we have that there. Can I... No. Okay, so if that one was there, the only issue I have trying to do what I want to do right now, so I'm trying to get some nice angles as I go. But I think my issue is going to be my height's not, like I'm not snapping on to a foundation, to an exact point. When I'm on the track, I'm not locked in, I'm freeballing it. So then when I'd snap and I go page down, it's not the same height as the other one. See, it's a bit higher, is it? Yeah, it's a bit higher. But actually, you know what? To the untrained eye, you're probably not going to see it much. But what I do see is the gaps here. Whereas if I did this, if we did a foundation, let's take this one for instance. If I hold control, I can get that exactly where I want it in terms of the angle. And then, so if I just continue that thought experiment, so now, yeah, on the barrier I want, if I look at this one over here, I get it at the height I want it. And they're going to be aligned and everything. This is going to work. The trick here is going to be The half meters are going to help me. I wish I could. The trick's going to be the small rail and not the inside rail, not the outside rail. Because that's where I'm going to have the most freedom with the turning of the foundations. So here, and let's say, I don't know where, I don't know why. Oh, is this so? Hold on. What am I doing wrong? Ah, okay. I had the wrong button. Right. That's what I want. So let's first start off with what we do know. And that would be I want to start it. I think we need to start it. I would like to start it there, but that is not going to be straight because we're already turning on that outer one. So already from the get-go, let me just put that there so I can copy it. From the get-go, I think I just need to do a single increment and get that here. And then I get this. Now I'll leave that one there. So is that the same? So if I just do that, like that, lock it, then I can move it. I tell you what I do need to do is I need to be able to see. I'm just going to copy this one, but move it in one more. Because I need to be able to see that. This is actually going to work really well because I can do the increment, I can hold it, I can lock it, then I can get it to the next spot that I think would be there. And then I should be able to It's difficult, isn't it? I think because I moved that foundation. Is that a bit, it's a bit off now, actually, so I think this is the way. I'm not sure if I'm incrementing correctly or not. I'm going to get rid of this one because that was a free hand. Where would the next one be? So I don't think I'm turning enough. I think, I don't know. No, maybe I am. No, see, I reckon the spacing is off. It looks, the spacing looks right, but the angle looks off. And I don't know if it's the angle on... I've got an idea. What about... It's going to be a lot of trial and error of this. So, 1, 2. It seems too much of a turn. That's too much of a rotation. Oops, that was the wrong button. I find it interesting that how it knows what you're doing. It automatically rotates to the next increment. Like whoever designed it. Oh no. almost was like, you know, it would be really handy if we just increment to the next. I've got to do that again. I need to remember that I need to go down at the same time. Only thing is when I do it, when I do page down it, I do think I'm making progress. Well, that was actually a terrible. I need to get rid of the previous ones. They tend to get in the way. I think the trick is just getting it so you can visualize it where it's on. Mango, how you going? Trains are the best. They are fun. And Sazeskiazaz, good morning, welcome. I definitely said your name right first go. I feel like it's kind of working. And kind of not. What's it look like? I think that one's right. I think this one, I don't know, it's a tough one, isn't it? So if I did... So yeah, now I don't think it's turning tight enough. Call me so short, no worries. How are you today? What's going on? I don't know, I think, to be honest, I think it's one of those things that while I think I can see imperfections, when I'm in a train driving along, you're really not going to see it. But I can definitely, I think I know how to do this. The better way is I just need to get that center line as straight as I can on that curve, and then that would be the best point to do the curve, to put it across. I reckon that's probably where I'm going wrong. Maybe? No, because when I look at it from here, I didn't... Yeah, well, it is correct, but I didn't nail it with that. That one definitely would be... probably there. I feel like... You're trying to get 5,400 iron ore on 5 belts. Crikey. That's a lot of iron ore. I'm gonna stick to my theory that I'm trying to be a little bit picky. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would like it to be perfect, but I think if I aim for what looks good, then I reckon I'll get a better chance of being happy with it and not spending forever and a day. That one there looks a bit off. We might be able to fix that. I definitely think I'm onto the technique I need, I think. So that one's not right because it's too close to that one. And maybe that's better. How you want to do that? I wish I could get granular rotation on lock. I feel like that's what's missing. What are the pieces I'm laying across the track? They're the high barriers. Okay, one of those. And I've got them just in a blueprint. And I'm putting them underneath to make them appear like the supports for a track. That one doesn't look right. I tell ya, I've got an idea. I'm going to save this. I think I'm trying to go too big, and I reckon my answer here is, instead of trying to go too big, I don't need to make a 90-degree turn. A 45-degree turn is enough. I've just thought of something, actually. Hold on, let me... Oh, yeah, I think I've just worked it out. I'm going about this all the wrong way. That's what I need to do. Use the painted beams as my angles. Let's try that. I think that's going to be it. I'll just put that there. I only need to worry about I just wish I had an idea of what each angle was. You could use that and a rotating beam connector to set a radial from the corner every 5 degrees. Nice. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Some nice repeatability. So I could do that. Let me just put that there. Rotate it. Yes. Look at that. Okay, so how do I keep it? I've got to be down here at this height. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. That's what I was trying to work out. And you came in for the win. Yeah, that's going to be the solution. That's going to be... Am I going too far? No, I did an extra one there.
Hey Smackin', you just got a follow.
Thank you, Sabray, for the follow.
Sabre, finally I found someone in the same phase as me. Excellent. Well, let me tell you, I'm not in a rush. We're about, I think we're 366 hours in. Haven't finished phase 3 yet. It's because I'm taking my time. Just to show people you don't need to rush. You're really bad at this game? No, you're not. If you're playing it and you're enjoying it, then you're doing it the right way. That's all there is to it. There's no... Sure, there's ways you can play the game. You can math it out and be really fancy and perfect, but that's not always important. Yeah, this one I was screwed up because I was up above. Yeah. And that's one of the things that devs had in mind when they made the game, was to make it an accessible game, not something that was super hard to play. I think that's our maximum. So 5 degrees is going to be the max we can get. But I'm pretty happy with that. I see people building like crazy stuff. When I look at mine, it seems like Minecraft. Hey, it doesn't matter. I've got a few things going on, but all that comes down to if you want that perfectionism, there's a lot of time spent, and sometimes you don't care about perfectionism. You just want to move on. Blasphemy. If it's not perfect, delete and try again. Oh, I have heard that theory before. Okay. This now should... They're going to be a little bit frustrating because they are the very edge ones. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around that. These ones are okay. So if that's there, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get exactly what I wanted, but I think it's better aesthetically than what I was able to get the way I was trying to do it. The only thing I'm disappointed with is the barrier can't... I'm going to have to put one of them on a nudge at the end just so we can make it have one there, like that there, like that. Alright. Gaz, sleep o'clock, no worries. Chat to you later, Gaz. Have a good one. Them builds, they take a long time. I'm at phase 4 with 1200 hours. Exactly. They take time. Okay, this is what I want. We're gonna... This is test 2. We'll save that. I'm not going to get anything that looks as good as that. All right, let's... Okay, we're going to do... Blueprints, rails by 2. Okay. Rails by 2, 90. You know what I hate? Is when you can't copy the text here and you can't rename. So when you're trying to do a standard, rails by 2, and I'm just going to put, it's a Mark II max bend. And I'm going to put that under here. And save that. And then what I'm going to do, you're on phase 3 with 26 hours? Holy moly. It can be easy to get that quickly, that quickly. And then what I'm going to do is this and this, and then grab my blueprint. Put it on top of itself. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. No. I've forgot one thing. The foundations. Now they're looking better. Oh! That old delete and open task manager. I have no idea why it does that. The key combination. That's what I want. Okay. So I'm going to save that over the top of the existing one. Then I'm going to delete this and delete this. I'm going to grab that blueprint. We're going to go up. Can't remember if it was that high or was it that high? I think it's that high. What is a... Yep, that's the height. Perfect. And now I've got one that's too high. This is my 5th playtime though, and you're moving fast. Okay, and this is probably too high. Here, and add that here. Alright. Now, also what I want to do is I'm going to load this one again. And I want to do a 45 degree. So the rail would have to come to this middle section, I think. And I really struggle. I'm going to have to get rid of this. Give myself a clap for no reason. I don't know if that barrier's going to get in my way, but I can replace the barrier. And you're going to do the same to me, aren't you? Now the only thing is I can't remember. Let's delete this, because I can't remember where the center is. So I reckon it's like kind of when it's over here. Might need to do this from a bit up. Last playthrough you did the big road blueprints. Okay, nice. So that's it there. So the curve of the barrier is on that right under where I can't see right now. I don't think I can get. I think we're going to have to do it either there . Yeah, I think that'll do. That will still be the right spot. This time you drag rail. It makes me sad how perfect drag rail can be made for how little effort. Yeah, it's a lot of, you can get a lot out of it, can't you? For such an easy amount of effort. It just depends on what level of perfectionism you want to. I'm so glad they made the barriers on the blueprinter. Alright, so that goes to there. So it's going to be the same again on that foundation. I think that's the best I'm going to get at a short turn. And then all I need to do is get rid of these. And that one there, I believe it was right on that. Yep. Okay.
Hey Smackin', you just got a follow.
Thank you JojoPav01 for the follow.
Thanks for the follow, Jojo. Okay, so this is a 45 rail track Mark II Max test 2. And then I'm going to... No! I'm going to do that again. I didn't drop it down. Right. Oh, jeez. Oh, my spacebar playing up. Okay, so overwrite that, and then get rid of that. Rightio. So I'm going to put that in here. And then I'm going to get rid of that. And that. And I'm going to get rid of that one too. And I'm going to grab this. And put that there, so we've got the next height up. I didn't get my rails by 2 by 2H. Yeah, whatever. My naming standard. I don't like how you can't copy and paste existing ones. Alright, so the whole point of that is, now I should be able to do That's the big turn, but something like that. Yes, that's perfect. Ends. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to come down and then shoot off that way. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to go to the toilet. Alright, so I'm wondering, so these are a bit different the way I've done these, but it's not really going to matter. So what's wrong here? My width is off. Oh no. You're kidding me. I thought I got that right. Well, at least I know how to easily do it again, but that's frustrating. What did I get wrong? Let me just check if it... Hold on. It may just be the 45s. The 90s might be okay. So if that was a straight... Oh, yep. So the 90s are okay. It's just the 45s. Curious though. Yep. Well, that's a relief. Okay, that's not a hard fix. Alright. I'm going to clear the designer. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to delete this one. Oh, it was the other end, wasn't it? Okay, I've got an idea. I think I know what I did. So we go back to here. Yep. Right. I know what I've done wrong. Do I have... Oh, I need to do this. I just want the rails that they're spacing. Alright, so... So then I should be able to do... Yep. That's the one I want, I think. Maybe on that one. Yeah, like that. No, I remember. It's... Oh yeah, yeah, no, it is here. This is it here. Yep. Perfect. Okay, rightio. This will be a better way of doing it. I need to get rid of... I need to get rid of that. And that. I need to get rid of that. I'm glad we tested that. So now that... Before I just... Can Can I do this from here? It's in the center. I think that's where I screwed up last time. And this one's definitely there. And then I'm not happy with that. I prefer it there like that. Why is... Oh, I'm not getting an angle. I don't want... Oh, over here. That's it. Why is it wanting to go off on a diagonal? That is not what I want. That's really weird. What if I start from over here? Yeah, right. Alright, well that's how it's going to be. Oh, that's what I want. Horsey, hello, welcome. This is rail 45. I'm doing well, thanks, Horsey. We're just figuring out some train track stuff. Oh, here's my great skills with tripping out the computer. Right, there's that one. Alright, so rails by 290 Mark II Max. Rails by 2. I can't remember if it's space there or not, but anyway. Don't think there is. No, I got it right. Perfect. Okay. Right. Save that. Then I get rid of this. And this. And I get the... that on top. It makes me a too high version. Right. Perfect. That's the 45. And let's just check it works on both sides. That's hard to line that up because it's a 45. That's going to be interesting to line up. I don't know if that's going to be possible. So if that one's there, how do I line up that 45-degree blueprint with that one? Because they're on different. Can you? Sorry, I'm doing all the wrong buttons. I get confused sometimes. There you go. So I kind of have to somehow eyeball it, maybe? And then that's a bit difficult. Because you can't twist once you're... How would you align? Let's go over here again. Because the whole point of this is I'm trying to make it so I can click them together and not have that bit of extra auto connect. Where's my... There must be a limit to how many things that can appear on the wheel, because they're not appearing on the wheel. Okay, so let's assume that's how I want it. So that was the straight end. This is the curved part of the blueprint. So then how do I get... We're just going to have to accept a section of that with no, and then put some supports under it. So do that and then do something like that. To hide the fact that I'm that I've got a join piece. That's how it's going to have to be. I can accept that. So does that mean, what does that mean here? The extra bit is now part of the blueprint, which is a bit crappy. Whereas that's not. So then if I went, okay, I'm going to change it. I need to delete all the other bits so that these bits remain. And then I can then go that now becomes a 90-degree. Yeah, okay. And that works. So I'm happy with that. It's a bit of a clunky workaround, but it does work. Alright, before we continue any further, I need to get this end sorted. So this is where I am going to get frustrated for a bit, I reckon. I should be okay. So this is where they come out. Grab our ramps. I do want to, I kind of think that I want can't do it without. No, okay, I just need to do this load. Load that. Right. Right, over here. It's a tricky one. No. It's almost like, see, can I... Why did it build them straight away? I didn't load the blueprint. That's the second time that's done that to me. Because it got rid of the floor. I went into my build... I thought it went into my build menu, but I must have gone back into the blueprinter or something. Really weird. No, and then it's maybe because I'm touching the blueprinter. That's really weird. Alright. I want to turn my back to you. Don't want to even want to look at you. There is something going on there. Something really weird. Anyway. I can't... I just want to build those. In the opposite direction. But I can't... There's no way to spin them. Like I just want to rotate them. It's either going to be there or there or there or there. They're 90-degree turns with... Auto connect blueprint. These are some seriously annoying things here. Well, let's go with a couple of different things. What am I doing? Alright, I'm gonna come back to this. So this is my wish I could copy names. Rails by 290 Mark II Max. So rails left by 2. Being able to rename blueprints is that I can't believe it hasn't been implemented. So yeah, okay, so the trick here is, the real trick is this. That's so frustrating. It's literally 30 minutes ago, I was struggling with exactly the same issue. First, I discovered those blueprints spawning in the printer as well. Then I complained about renaming them. Yeah, You just saw I had it perfectly. I just needed to grab that thing and it just ruined what I created. But yeah, the renaming thing. It's one of those things, yeah. The blueprint spawning bug had gone after rebooting Satisfactory. Okay, maybe that's something I should do. Let me see if I can just get what I want done. Because a lot of times too, just Xing back to the menu, reloading the save can fix some things. So I'm going to go over here, out of the way, go into my build, go into a couple of different menus. I think you've just got to get away from the blueprinter perhaps. Why is that a little bit higher than I want it to be? I know why. I nearly screwed up. I also had some strange snapping issues with the blueprints at the same time. Okay. Ooh, a reboot might be necessary. I think the goal is the beam connector is what I need. To make this work properly. Yep. So I get that over there. It's correctly flat. I'm going to come over here away from the blueprinter. Okay. Moving away from the blueprinter didn't help. Alright. Let me just redo this thing here. I've had good success rate with just going back to the main menu and reloading. Not with the blueprints bug, but with other issues like this. It's very frustrating. But thank you for the tips. Much appreciated. Well, you know, if they're still going to be there, let's load this. Now everything's reorganized. So it's going to screw with my head. No. That's the one I wanted anyway. Oh, it didn't bug out on me. Oh, come on. Ah, that's what I wanted. Probably there. I'll save that. Right, yeah. Right, over here, this is where we were up to. Perfect. That's what I wanted, and that's actually gonna go pretty nicely. And then now what I want here I don't want to overthink this. Yeah, perfect. Yep, no, I don't need to overthink it. Probably there. Right, my ramp. The only thing I think is this needs to come out a bit more. Let's just put that there so we've got a copy of it. So I reckon maybe there. And I think if I remember correctly, I need to do a small section like that, and then do my straight down. Right. Let's get rid of these. Can deal with this later. This is gonna be awesome. And I think what I need to do here is, they look like they're pretty good height. So I reckon if I got rid of this and this, then that's almost the height I want. And you know what? What's there was just me spitballing earlier. That's not where they actually have to be. Actually, that's pretty cool. If I reckon to that there. If I bring them to there, let's test that out. What do you reckon now? Trying to remember. That's the right, but it's the wrong. It needs to be here. Right, yeah. Okay, so I reckon if I go to here, No, that one got screwed up. Cool. Okay, now let's do all that work we did earlier for some 45-degree. How do I get this? I need to get it on the foundation like that. Like that. Nice. That's what I was after. Then I think we need to go straight a bit more before we turn, because now, yeah. Probably about there. And I feel like, well, hold on. My rails. That might be all I need, because that gets them off the foundations too. So I could actually that one there. No, I reckon that one there. Because if I'm going to make that a bridge, right, then I need to stop relying on the foundations. So then here, I would use this one. And then that. Is probably the distance I want, maybe. So now we need our 45. Could actually be a I was going to say a 4 to 90, but we need to travel a bit before we get to there. And this is the bit that I'm struggling with. Now that I'm so it's this one here. I want to blueprint, I want to snap them in. I think what I need to do is use the world grid here, because the way I did all this is on the world grid. So I need to use that to my advantage. I think that's going to be my answer to a lot of this. So now if I grab that, so I did this before, I should be able to connect it to some foundations. Now's not the time for you to turn up. Felt like I just had it then. That kind of feels like. Yeah, it's not. It's not. I'm close. Like that's where I need to be. This is definitely the foundation alignment. Oh no, it's not. It's a bit. It's a little bit off the world grid. Not off, but like, is it there? No, because, oh, actually, well, on this instance, that might be it there. Yeah. Which one is that? I need to get rid of that one. Okay, that feels better. But yet I'm still not happy with how do I get I think I remember. Why don't we try this? There, that's it. So I'm pointing at, so is that, and I think the trick here is what was not working here. I was pointing that, but I'm pointing at the blueprint. Whereas here, I'm actually pointing at a foundation, which is aligned to where I want. And then I just need to get it. Yeah. Right, see, nah, there's just something a bit off with my foundation alignment, but in saying that, then I can just go, okay, well, if that's how you're going to be, just bring some of these in, fill up the gap, and be done with it, and not get upset. I think that's going to have to be how I handle a lot of this. And that one, yeah. And then I should just be able to repeat that along. And I should be able to use that one. Because these are all floating. Not all of them, but a lot of fiddling around, hey. I mean, I'm going to get what I want to get. It's just going to take do I just have a single? Yeah, I do. I don't want to. That also might be just as quick. So that was a bit of fiddling around. What the? I got rid of the track after all of that. I thought I had the filter on. No, anyway, that's okay. But I'm liking this. This is the corner. This is like the most of our work today was working out how to get some corners like this. I'm liking it. I'm thinking, I don't know if we get rid of some of the bits in the straights or this is the way we've got to go up here. Now I've got 2 rails. I want to get, I think we can tweak it. But what I want to do is kill this guy first. But I'm gonna, this rail that comes out here is going to go around and split into 2. So I can either bring it around as a single, get past this funky bit and then split it, but I would try to like to get the 2 as much through there as I can. No problems getting straights in the blueprint, in the straight sections. I don't know if I made sense there. Alright. I need 1. I don't need doubles. That's what I want. That, so that is barriers by 2. That's what I want. Okay, so let's do barrier. That's what I want. Can't really, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's sitting right on the ground surface. That's pretty good. Alright, maybe a turn here now. So we've got that looks pretty damn good. Now I need the barrier version of that. What are you doing on my blueprint? That. And that. So it should be able to go like that. Perfect. Now I need to do foundation. I think it's going to be there. And then back to this, like that. The height's a bit, no, the height's okay. It's just that, yeah, so that's where we're going to get to. I need that one. So there, that's perfect. That does what I want there. And this one should be all I need to fill this gap here. And maybe just the... Do I have a single version of that? I need that one, barriers by one layer. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's what I want. I think I'm starting to really, I'm onto something now. It started to be finessed. I've got my blueprints, things are working. We need another turn here, but I'm not. This is where I think we're going to have to free ball it. So something like that. It's not a big one because I don't need it all the way up there. But I do need it coming back here. And that'll get me to there. And that does all of those. And then I just need that one. I need the 2 high. Yeah, we've got something. We've got something going on here. It kind of, it's tough. Like, I feel like I could have dropped it a bit lower back here. But I need to learn experiment to see what does and doesn't work, or what does and doesn't look good. Because now we're going on our we've got a 5-meter incline and our 10-meter incline. I can't see my 5-meter. There it is. No, this is going to be the 10-meter incline. Okay. I think I need to start it back a bit. That's a little bit frustrating. Oh, I see what I did here, yeah. That's the beauty of using blueprints there, I suppose. So then what I should be doing is maybe getting them in their right position. Feel like we're close, but I reckon I need to go a bit more forward here first. Maybe there. That feels a bit better. It's really weird this, how blueprints work. Oh, that's nice. That is what I wanted. That's I'm happy with that. I think we do another one of those. So when we snap it there, I wonder if a 5-meter incline would be better there. And then that actually sets us up, could set us up for a corner there. Maybe how would a left turn here go? I think I need to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a sec. Left. It's too much, isn't it? I think here the incline's correct, but we just need to straighten up. So we're going to go okay, something I need to try. I haven't thought about it. I remember watching other people do it and using the beams. I think that could be part of what I'm missing here. So let's say if I just had a beam here. I want to really be facing that way, maybe. I'm a bit off, I reckon. So maybe there. So now does the... Now that I've got that lined up like that, that's what I want. It's probably what I want. It's a bit high. But I think it's best I'm going to do in this train. Yeah, I think that works well. I think we're too high though. Shouldn't leave that beam, should I? So is my height issue stemming from back here? I think it's okay there. I think... Did I do half versions of these? I did an incline at a half on the 10. I don't think I did a half on the 5. Which we can do, that's fine. So that one there. Now if I try and fit that one on. I still need the turn. Yeah, so I think here we do that. I think that's better. But I reckon if we get more in the center, like that, I think that's a better look. It frustrates me sometimes with this. Alright. Let me just try when I do it here side by side. How do I... There. Let's lock that in. How I can be so off. Anyway, that's good. I actually really like that. That's the way we need to come up through here. So it's this bit here that's off. That's actually the best it's looked all along. We could try the steep one. I think it's too steep. I need to do a half of that one. Let's go over here. Let's just make sure I don't have one. Doesn't look like it. So I should have a test. And I want it coming half of this. Is that half? It's not. I reckon. Oh, I wanted to stand up there, but that clips into it. See, that's not half. Oh, okay. No, that would be half. Kind of. Even that one there is a better fit. Yeah, I reckon that one. lots of fiddling around. Alright, we'll save that. Actually, no, get rid of these ones as well. Save that as a half test. I'd like to be able to see at least the names of all the other ones. Even a detailed view would be good, because it's hard for me my brain to sort this stuff. That's it. No, that's not right. What did I do wrong? No. Is it? It's not right? Hold on. Yeah, no, it's not right. Yeah, I need to redo it. I should have been in the middle of the track and I was on the outside. One, two. Deleted the wrong one. I think I'm close to wrapping up because I feel like I'm making a lot of mistakes. Like, I feel like I want to rush this to complete it, but I think that's where I'm starting to make the mistakes. And I think that would need to go to there. Oh. Yeah, that's what I want. So put that one there. That's it. Uh, they're the wrong ones. Yeah, I really am making mistakes. I knew something was different that I was like, hold on, something's not right here. I think my brain cells are worn out. Yeah, something didn't feel right when I was doing that, so hold on. Right. We finally got it. The right orientation, width. So that was up here. I wanted to do a half of this. Oh, that's a perfect connect there. And then I wanted the steeper incline. And that actually is pretty good. That's a lot better now. And then I did have a... let's just do it. Cycle through them. This one. That might be Or I think maybe, no. I just need... something like this. I need to get it off the... Yeah, we just need to do something like that's a bit in between. And that's where I need the beam to do that angle. This is what I've got to learn. So to get that, to get from there to there, and then I can use even a proper straight wood. That's like, so I need the half then. Because that can at least give me that one there. That's it. It's got a little bit of a wiggle. But that's about it. I think we're making progress. I'm definitely going to wrap it up here. Like, I've liked how it's coming around here. And we're coming up here. For the next bits where I need to, we're going to turn and hook in and all that to that one up there. So we're going to need to, I need a fresh mind to work on that. But we are close. Really happy with the progress we're making today. It is mostly the vision I had. It's hard when I'm working with the terrain like this. I feel like this is too high, but I'm not going to change it because I need stuff to look back on in the future to see what did and didn't work. Can't just be perfect all the time. Because the next, once we do this, then we're on to oil, and it's a longer run, so I want to get a better. That's going to take time as well, but I think we'll be fine. It's just understanding how we're going to get there and the best way of doing it. But I'm definitely, I definitely feel like I'm worn out today. How many coupons today? 6. 6 beautiful coupons. Excuse me. Rightio, so today was train. We started off, we got the train stations built under the compacted coal factory, one for coal and one for sulfur. And then we built some blueprints for corners that I've been trying to figure out how to do that. A lot of trial and error, and finally worked out the beams are really useful there to getting those consistent angles I was after. Unfortunately, they're only 5-degree increments with the beams. There's not much we can do about that, but it's better than the little inconsistent angles we had. There, after we did that, we then went and placed some more of those blueprints along and finally making our way close to getting that incoming compacted coal, well, the coal and sulfur. So getting those two sites connected up. That'll probably happen in the next episode. We're pretty close. It's been a little bit fiddly, but that's all part of the fun. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.